Going to be moving east into the northeast portions of North Texas. So if you're in Dallas and Fort Worth and you're thinking, why did I grab the rain gear? Well, it is raining. It's just raining to the north of you. We will see more scattered showers develop a little bit farther to the south as we go through it into the afternoon and evening. So coverage will go up. But if we look at what's going on out there right now at Dallas Baptist University, it's 60 degrees. We have a very strong stratus deck of clouds. That's what you're seeing out there right now. 57 in Dallas, and it is breezy with wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour out there. So it is cool. You need to make sure not only you grab the umbrellas you head out to have, but you also need to grab a jacket because temperatures are going to stay in the 50s all day. Some locations you're going to struggle to get out of the lower 50s because you already have that cool air in place where it's in the 40s right now in the northwest portion of North Texas. So if you look here, I broke it down a little bit more in regards to rain coverage just for today. So 50% where we are seeing it right now, 40% that's clipping Dallas, or Denton County, Collin County, Weiss County, and then for Dallas, Tarrant counties to the south and to the east, it's about 30% in coverage. And you're just going to need a little extra coffee for today and tomorrow because, yeah, as you said earlier, Suzanne, you're not going to see that sun. It does return, though, as we head toward the weekend. More details on your forecast coming up.
Looking forward to it. Thanks so much, Kaylee.
We're starting to see a few showers developing in Tarrant County and Denton County, but the main cluster of showers is mainly to the north along the Red River. The majority of coverage will stay along I-20 and to the north today, sliding farther to the south as we go into the evening hours. Plus, we've got this front that's right here. All of this is post-frontal. That's going to be happening as we move forward. And you can see here, it does determine where our temperatures are, where they're in the 60s near the front or south of the front, and then the 50s and even 40s in locations up to the north and to the west. So it's a cool day overall. Here's a look at what the rain will do as we move forward. By the evening, you can see that complex that's moving from west to east is going to just slide to the south a little bit here, closer to that front. And that's why coverage is going to go up later on. But still, the majority of that coverage is going to stay north of I-20 today. So grab the umbrella, keep it with you. If you're along and south of I-20, I'd still have the umbrella. But again, most of that rainfall is going to stay just to the north of you today. Here's a look at our high temperatures for today, where they're going to be in the upper 50s to lower 60s for DFW. 54, though, in Denton. So the farther north you go, the cooler it's going to be. 53 in Decatur. Now, as we go into Wednesday, this is where a good majority of the area is going to be dealing with these showers and even embedded thunderstorms. Once we get to lunchtime on Wednesday, it's going to start to sink its way south. So instead of like the coverage is today along in north of I-20, Wednesday afternoon it's going to be along in south of I-20. So those of you in DFW need to keep that rain gear around all day Wednesday, but the majority of the heavy rain going to start to push into central Texas. And then we clear out slowly as we go into Thursday. Thursday morning, you may see a sprinkle here and there. There's going to be cloud cover still out there dominating, but we'll clear in the afternoon, seeing just a tad bit of sunshine before it's all said and done. In regards to the rainfall forecast, how much we could come up with, a good portion of North Texas in the blues and the purple, 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. As you go farther to northwest, where it's going to be less, a ½ inch to 1 inch expected for some of those locations. That's from today through Thursday when we completely get rid of this storm system. Along with that, we have that much cooler air in place. So some cool air pushing south out of Canada, really digging deep here in the U.S. 53 is where we're going to stay as we go into Wednesday. That's 18 degrees below normal. 56 degrees as we go into Thursday, and that's 15 degrees below normal. But again, as we talked about with Suzanne, it does go back up, and we do see that sunshine return. Let's go back over the forecast for today. 59 degrees, 30% in coverage for the chance of rain with a northeast wind, 10 to 20 miles per hour. So cloudy, breezy, cool, scattered showers again, mainly along I-20 to the north. Then rain chances increase along I-20 even more as we go into the overnight. I have 90% in coverage for the chance of rain overnight going into Wednesday. We'll also have 90% coverage. I put on here, if you look at the 10-day forecast, these records are for the coolest maximum high temperature. So for today, 42 is the coolest high temperature we've had, set back in 1951. For Wednesday, 43 was the coolest high we've seen in 1991. So even though it's cool and it's well below normal, it's still not close to a record in regards to the coolest high temperatures. And then if you look at Thursday, 47 and 56 is where we're going to sit. Oh, don't forget real quick before we're done here that we turn our clocks back this weekend, Saturday night. So don't forget that.
Wondering when that was going to happen. Thanks for that reminder. And I will gladly take 56 over 47 this week.
That's why I put those on there, because it kind of puts it in perspective.
Oh, for sure. Thanks so much, Kalee. We'll check in with you in just a
We've seen throughout the afternoon. Right now, it was really coming down in Dallas for several hours this afternoon. It's kind of lightened up there for you, but just to the north in Kalee County, from Plano right along 75, stretching over to the tollway, you can see that there's that yellow, that orange, and that's going to be more of a higher intensity rainfall. That's where the heaviest rainfall is across DFW right now. If you look off to the west, though, we have more back building there, and that's going to continue, and that's why we're only going to see the coverage of rainfall really go up. It's still going to be mainly along and north of I-20 as we move forward into the rest of the evening. Here is a look at what we have going on our timecast. You can see here's 10 o'clock in the evening. Again, along and north of I-20 with these pockets of light to moderate rainfall that continues, and that's going to kind of make its way a little bit farther to the south at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Check this out. Kind of fills in a little bit, and you're going to see that those pockets of heavy rainfall, unfortunately, not only for the evening commute tonight, but also for the morning commute tomorrow. Let's check in a live look at Love Field right now. You can see it have 0.6 of an inch of rain so far today at Love Field. 16-minute delays right now reported at that airport. What about DFW? 53 degrees right now, had about 1/4 of an inch of rainfall, but right now reporting no delays at this point. So we will continue to check in on the weather and have much more coming up.
All right, Kalee, thank you.
Rainfall moved from west to east across North Texas, mainly along and north of I-20. So if you look here, here's where that frontal boundary sits. Most of us are north of that frontal boundary. So that cooler air that's been spilling south from Canada throughout the U.S. is now settling in here in North Texas. So we really haven't moved much in regards to temperatures. If you look here, 52 in Dallas, 53 in Denton. We've got 53 in McKinney compared to 57 in Hillsborough, 68 in Corsicana. So we have that rain out there. Here's a live look in Weatherford right now. Check this out. A lot of raindrops on the camera. You can see the roadways are very wet. I've seen some ponding on the roadways this afternoon. So please don't drive over flooded roads. 53 degrees, and we've had about 0.6 of an inch of rainfall in Weatherford. Taking a live look in downtown Dallas here. It's cloudy, dark clouds out there. A few sprinkles, but overall that rainfall mainly the heaviest to the north of downtown Dallas. But this is not going to be the best night for those of you heading out to Fair Park to that Rolling Stones concert. Oof. 60% in coverage at 7 o'clock. Now, we will see kind of on and off. It's not going to be pouring the entire time, but make sure you dress appropriately with rain gear, and look at these temperatures. It's going to be cool, chilly weather, so sweatshirts, coat, to make sure that you're comfortable. If you look here at our timecast, you can see what's going on at 6 o'clock here. Check that out. You can see that moderate to heavy rainfall from Dallas to the north. Now you can see what I mean by it kind of lifting north of downtown. So in regards to the Rolling Stones concert, could get a couple of dry hours in there, but we'll have to watch it. Otherwise, 7 o'clock in the morning, it really fills in. So tomorrow morning, the commute is going to be a rough one, to say the least. You're going to have to make sure you give yourself plenty of time as you head out the door tomorrow morning. I put a red light on there, slow moving traffic, temperatures at about 51 degrees as you head off. So wet roads, there could even be some ponding in the spots that normally kind of flood very easily. Then what you're going to notice as we go through the day on Wednesday, the rainfall that's moving through is going to start to shift its way to the south with that front that pulls south towards South Texas. It's going to take that stuff with it, but it's going to take the entire day. But once we get past lunch hour, most of that rain is going to stay confined to along I-20 to the south instead of where it's been today, along and north. Then we clear out as we go into Thursday. Thursday morning, dry, still cloudy, but we will slowly clear out those clouds throughout the day on Thursday. Additional rainfall that we could see 1 to 2 inches, 2+ as you get farther to the south through Thursday. A good portion of locations to the northwest or right along the Red River. Most of it's will be done with you by tomorrow morning, so only about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch for some of those locations. Now, once we get through and into the day tomorrow, don't expect those temperatures to really move much from where they are right now. Slightly warming Thursday. You really see a difference, though, as we go into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We kind of get back to where we should be and even above normal by the time we get into Sunday. But let's go back over the forecast for tonight. Rain chances continue to kind of fill in overnight. I have 60% in coverage with 50 degrees as the the overnight low. Then by the time we get into tomorrow, we are going to see 53. See what I mean? Really, we're not going to move much. And that's because that cool air settling in and the rain-cooled air we're going to deal with tomorrow. Showers, few rumbles of thunder, and breezy northeast winds 10 to 20 miles per hour tomorrow. Looking at the forecast as we move forward after Thursday, we are going to see sunshine, dry weather, and temperatures rebounding back to the low 70s. It will stay that way as we go into the beginning of the next week. It does look like we might have a quick moving storm system. How much it impacts us is still in question as we go into next week, but it does look like we'll see another shot of cooler air as we move into the end of next week. Either way, we're going to kind of continue to go up and down over the next 10 days. We'll be right back. Overall, though, it'll just be that light, pesky rain with a few heavy downpours, but you need to dress appropriately because look at these temperatures in the mid to low 50s through the entire evening. Plus, you're going to have to battle that rainfall. So let's get an update on the radar right now. Here's a look at what we have going on at this point. The heavier rainfall moved out of actual Dallas and Fort Worth, but north, there's those pockets of the yellow, the red, the orange. That's going to be heavier downpours that will slow you down. Here's what's moving in our direction, because really this is moving straight west to east. So whatever to the west is going to continue to move over those same areas. This will continue through the evening hours, into the overnight hours, and then eventually into tomorrow morning. So let's look at our timecast here. It shows you what we're going to be dealing with. Through the evening, it's mainly along and north of I-20, but once we get into tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, it builds a little bit farther to the south. So higher coverage of this rainfall that we're going to have to battle for the morning commute, unfortunately. So pack your patience tonight and tomorrow. Here's a look at the evening and overnight planner. Temperatures really don't move that much, staying in the mid to low 50s all the way through it into early tomorrow morning. And what you'll notice is we don't move much as we go into the day tomorrow. We'll have more on that forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Kalee, thank you.